Hey everybody, Tammi C. Walker, the owner of Dreams Are a Reality. I created this channel to provide light and love. How you all doing? I'm doing well. I was actually in my bed. I fell asleep on the couch and transferred to the bed, and I have a bad habit I do. Sometimes I scroll before I go to bed. Worst thing you could do, I know. I already know you all. But I did it. I did it. So I'm watching an interview with Kiki Palmer and Nicole Ari Parker. Before I go any further, hit that like button, hit subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. And so, if you all know Nicole Ari Parker, back in the day, it was a TV series, Soul Food, and it starred Nicole Ari Parker and her husband Boris Kojo. Now they were just this intriguing couple on that show. He had this, I don't want to spoil it if you don't watch it. It's always from the 90s, late 90s, but he had this very unstable girlfriend, and he ended up liking Nicole Ari Parker, but she was a hard-nosed attorney, and it's a lot in the middle. But long story short, he pursued her in real life. She said she was buying a home, and they were friends, and he came, I guess, to see the house, and then he said, wouldn't it be better if we had a bigger home? Like, just threw himself in there. And so I know you all may know them or may not. They've been married 20 years. They got married in 2005. So I lived for comments. And so people were very sweet in the comments. And I ran across one comment. It said, but you don't know if he cheated. I was like, here we go. Here we go. Let the negativity and the drama begin. And do you believe in love? Do you believe in love? And I really feel in my heart this is some of the reason why some people can't find anyone. Now, we're not going to dismiss the sign of the times or how things are. I hear all about it. And I try to stay positive. That is like my claim to fame. Not hokey or not unbelievably positive, but positive. Where my positive means where I'm feeling like I am going to be successful in my business. I am going to get remarried. I will purchase a home if that's what I so desire. I will save enough money for my retirement. I will travel. I will be a good mentor for my nieces and nephew and my great nephew. I will spend quality time with my family and friends and with the one I love. I will take care of my health. That's my side of positivity. I do believe in God. I do pray. I do have faith. I have seen the miracles of Jesus, of God. So that's my positive. Not perfect, not delusional. No. But if you do not believe in love, how you gonna get it? How you gonna get it? You don't see the air that you breathe, but you believe that you're breathing. You know you're breathing. If you wasn't breathing, you would be no longer here. You don't see that wind blowing, but you feel it. You don't have any control over that sun rising tomorrow, but you believe it will. You believe the sun will set, but you don't believe in love. You don't believe it because you've been told it doesn't exist, because you've been cheated on, because you've been done wrong. Then you want to rain and pee on other people's parade. So if Boris cheated on Nicole or not, I feel like it's none of our business. Something worked for 20 years, a little more than some of us can say. Why not be happy? Why not celebrate love? Because we don't believe in it, some of us. We just don't believe in it. Somebody can be having something really beautiful going, and here some people will go, well, they don't really know, blah, blah, blah. It's just like, it's almost like you got to be brutally honest with yourself. If you don't want happiness, I can respect somebody to be like, I don't think I'll ever be happy. I don't know what happiness looks like. I don't know what that looks like. That sounds better than to just spread this stuff all over. And if you ever want to feel down and out, depressed, give up on this and that, run to them comments and they're going to give you everything you need to go down the rabbit hole. Because those people, I don't even know if they hurt anymore. I just think some people are just darn unhappy. And the more bitter and dirty and negative they can be, they get off on it. It's no nice way to say it. It's no nice way. I remember many years ago, my friend, she got a divorce, but she kept it private. We worked together, and she told her mother, she told me, and she said, I know that whole office knows now. Why? Why did you say that? Because I'm black? Is that what it was? I was young. I don't even know how much the mother knew about me, but it was really ironic that her mother said that. Hadn't told a soul, you all. Hadn't told a soul. For starters, I'm kind of quiet at work, and I'm not going to take somebody else's business and say, hey, so-and-so got divorced. So-and-so got divorced. What do I look like doing stupid stuff like that? Yeah, there might be people that do that. There are people that do that. You all know. But that's not me, you know. I just wanted to get up and do this video about your belief system and what you feel about love. So one of the keys to getting what you desire and deserve is not thinking about what you got in the past. In case you wonder, who in the heck am I used to be a life coach, still am. I don't do much life coaching, but I am a licensed clinical social worker and a therapist. But some of this stuff I talk about, it's really not even only hanging on my professional hat. It's more or less on my personal life and how I have transformed my life. So, and when I speak, I'm not on here as a millionaire telling you I have millions of dollars. But what I can tell you is I used to be broke, and I don't use that word anymore. And now, as a licensed clinical social worker, as a practice owner, money, is better for me. I'm very booked. I'm very booked. So if you ever hear me talk about things going on in my life, I don't want you to ever think I'm bragging. I don't brag per se. What I do is try to encourage, because I feel like I'm on earth to serve. I'm on earth to inspire. And being I don't want to talk about this every video, but being a 2-time breast cancer survivor, I do feel like I have a duty to warn, and to speak about breast cancer, but also tell my story when it's appropriate, because I give hope for women that are scared to get their mammogram, for men that may be scared to get a colonoscopy or their prostate exam, for people that have lost relatives to cancer, and when they hear that word, they freak out, oh boy, I'm going to die. But I can pop in and say, hey, I had it twice, and it was in '07 and 2012, 2013, and I'm here. I'm here. So that's kind of why I talk and do these videos. The intention I had when I created this channel some years ago, Dreams Are a Reality, was to tell you you can buy a house, you can get married, you can have kids, you can get your PhD, your GED, your bachelor's, master's, you can start your own business. You can do these things, regardless of your past. And that's something I try to preach on this channel. You can get to it by having faith. You can get to it by prayer. You can get to it by believing in God. If that's you, that's me. You can get to it by journaling, meditating, and doing routine things. It's going to get you to what you want and desire, and hard work. But love is a animal of its own. It's a different type of setup. But with love, you gotta believe it, and it's gotta come from your gut and your heart, and you have to be open to it. Not banking on what that lady did to you 12 years ago, not banking on what your baby father did to you, not bashing other people when they're happy and you jumping in saying negative stuff to your friend with the duty to warn, beware, girl, he not right. And you know what? With that piece, sometimes we gotta let our friend go on through it. Now, yeah, a good friend, you don't want your girl, you know, being physically abused, nothing like that. I don't go for that. And I'm gonna tell my friend, hey, all due respect, you're probably gonna be mad. You need to get out of that. I'm gonna do that with abuse. But if somebody's being cheated on, they know. You know, it's not funny, it's sad. And they're being used up money wise and they know. Sometimes you just gotta let them go on through that thing. I know how you girlfriends are. Girl, you shouldn't be like, girl. They know that. One thing about us women and men, check this out. And I feel like this about some men too. Men too, I do. But for sure. Women, they're very sharp. Their intuition is on point. They know when something's off. They know when they shouldn't be doing this. They know when they deserve better most of the time. Unless they have very, very, very low self-esteem, which some women do. But 9 times out of 10, women, they be like, I don't think this right. I feel like something off. Where I think I could do better. I don't know why I'm letting him do that. And I'm saying it like this because it was me before. I knew like this guy isn't on the up and up. This probably isn't going to go anywhere. He holding back. He seemed like he still want his ex, you know, because you're smart. And even me, they be like, well, this seemed like she not the one. Or, something was just off. But it's that fear of being alone. Or, this is as good as it gets. This is my last rodeo. I may as well keep what I got. It's just, I hate when people think like that. Ooh, that bothers me so bad. And as someone outside of Chicago, in Chicago, 2.7 million people, that was a population a few years ago, I think I might could find somebody. You don't have to feel limited. And that's what it is. It's that scarcity. There's no more good women out here. Ashanti shouldn't have took Nelly back. What you got? What you got? Megan Good and Jonathan, that's not real. What you got over there? And so that's what I say to all of that kind of stuff. If you happy with who you have, you wouldn't be making those type of comments. What happens in them people's bedroom is no business of mine. I'm trying to get mine. What you trying to get? But I just keep feeling like it's this negative connotation, this undertone about love. And many times it comes from trauma. You saw it growing up. Daddy wasn't around, or mama and daddy bickered. Aunties, they notorious for that. They will give you some bad advice. And they don't even mean no harm. They love you. What my auntie say? One time, she's not with us anymore, but she was like, we can't keep no men in this family. I told her, return to sender, baby. Return to sender. I said, no, I don't believe that. But that's power of that, these big lips and the tongue. You think it, you get it. You believe it, you get it. It's like what Ariana said, I want it, I got it. It's the reverse. You think it, you get it. And that's negative. You think negative, you get it. You don't think you're going to get married, you won't. You won't. Because you put it out there. You say you broke, which I don't never use that word no more. I wouldn't care if I had $10 in my checking account and 20 in my savings. I never say broke no more. I'm broke. I'm broke. No. She ain't saying that. She ain't saying that. I don't believe in love. That's what I guess I don't deserve. I don't think like that. Hey, go to these job interviews. How much do you want? 70 through 110,000. Don't lowball yourself no more. You just might get it. Recently, and I'm going to talk about it, I applied for this human services award, and they were going to take money off of my student loan. If you serve 2 years, that sounds like jail time. If you worked 2 years in an inner city school, and I had my former job sign off on it. Did they have to sign off on it? I'm sure they did. Because they're strict. And you can get 5,000 through 20,000. This was it came out, I want to say December-ish 2024. Ooh, I hurried up, shuffle, threw my stuff in there. It got not rejected, but a comment was put on it. We didn't get your student loan statement correctly. I got you all. I slammed that thing on there, and I called, and the lady was like, everything's fine. We got everything we need. So I knew May 31st, 2025 was the deadline, and I'm like, did I get this $5,000 at least? No, no, no. Your girl got 20,000. Snatched off my student loan. I get the letter July something. It was dated July 8th. Dear Tammi C. Walker, ISAC would like to let you know you have been awarded $20,000. So I'm just so happy. I almost started crying. I wanted to cry. I was very emotional. Like, just happy because that kind of stuff don't happen. Not every day. And I kind of didn't really pay attention because I paid my student loan. Student loan is at the end. I pay all my other bills. Student loan, I make sure I pay it. I pay it, but it's not the top one. Student loan definitely at the bottom. And so when I just happened to look at, I said, let me look at my balance. They had paid that money by July 8th. It was taken off. That was the date on the letter, and the money was snatched off. And so, I've been studying my credit report. It finally showed up where it's showing 20,000 less. But that was just a blessing. But you got to believe. And I know you're probably like, what that got to do with love? Everything. Because it's all encompassing. If you believe in yourself, you bet on yourself, you're going to believe in love. You got to believe that it's a man out there that will love you. And he might not look quite like how you want. But he just might, Looks are nice. But when somebody is trying to use you, when they're asking you to do things for them right away, they could be fine as wine. But that don't sound appealing to me. I'd rather have somebody that looks okay or kind of cute or handsome, and he's being kind to me and showing me love. And I'm not that type. I want you to do this. I want you to do that. Like my niece said on Pop the Balloon, some lady come out and she was the one that the guys were trying to pick, and she was like, I want somebody to shower me with glamorous, lavish things. Pop, 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 as they should have. Who are you to get showered with lavish things? Go buy your own stuff. And that's where women miss the mark. If the guy really is into you, he's going to treat you good if he's a good dude. You don't need to announce that. But is that why you want somebody? A lot of these ladies, it's the season of the ladies. We making great money. We're able to buy ourselves these things, but we want somebody to shower us. Like, that's not what you lead with. Men, can you cook for me? I was looking for somebody. Oh God, it's just preposterous. It's just preposterous. And if you're from the old school, or you could be, it's a new school, it's some new school, old school women and men. They just think that type of stuff is silly. You should be looking for someone to partner with, to love, to have kids with, to grow old with. And it's a lot with love, baby. It's a lot with love. It's not no walk in the park. You got on your tuxedo. You got on your wedding gown. No. It's a lot in the middle. There's a lot in the middle. People get hurt. People have car accidents. Mama gets sick. Daddy gets sick. People pass away. You lose your job. Kids get sick. People have miscarriages or stillborns. And you got to process and get through this. It's a lot to have someone. But the reward outweighs the bad stuff. If you stick together. If you get a like-minded good person. So, a lot of babbling going on this video, but it's straight from the heart. And I'm just trying to tell you, it exists out there, you all. And you may go around a merry-go-round sometimes. It may not be cut and dry. You may have to spend some years alone. And I don't want to discourage you, but sometimes it's a couple years by yourself, maybe 3 or 4. I know it sounds daunting, but I would rather spend 2 or 3 years alone, working on myself, bettering myself, paying down some debt, traveling, spending time with my family, and then get the guy. Then to go on this wild goose chase of bad men. And then, it's just daunting when you have to go through a bunch of bad stuff. It's save yourself. Save yourself. Don't even, I'm hot. I turn my air off because my air be loud. Now I'm starting to perspire. But yeah, save yourself the drama. You don't need no stress. You don't need no stress now. All right, so what was Auntie trying to say pretty much on this video? If you want love, you got to give it, and you got to believe it. And if you are in disbelief, if you have had a lot of, I don't want to say toxic, I want to go with trauma or unfortunate things happen to you, The best thing you can do is take responsibility for the pieces you knew about. If you knew that that guy was a cheater, why? If he was abusive, I don't want to tease abuse because I'm funny about that one. But why did you stay? And I know it's scary getting out of it, but we owe it to ourselves to free ourselves. We really do, and protect ourselves at all costs. And I don't say a lot about protect yourself because I don't want to sound like Al Capone. I'm already from Chicago, so they already got labels all over me. But we gotta do what we gotta do to live, and that means protect yourself. You don't let nobody beat on you, okay? You all, we don't do that. Or, some people it's not even it's not even physical. It's verbal, and they cursing you out, and you cursing them out too. Sometimes that is toxic because that's a back and forth toxic relationship. I see relationships. I'm a counselor for marriages. People hollering at each other. What? And I'm not saying don't think it's hokey. When I say hokey, I mean like that make-believe fantasy stuff. No, you're going to get mad at each other. That's love. That's life. Thin line between love and hate. But you don't have to holler at your guy, barking. And the kids hear that. And then they go to school barking at the teacher, hollering at their classmate. And then you come up to the school and wonder why your kid not doing right. Because they watching you all screaming and hollering at each other, cursing each other out. You got to decide for yourself that, man, I want to do different. I want to be better. And it's going to take me a minute. I might be working on myself for the next 2 years, next year and a half. But I want to be better for myself, for my kids, for my future person. Do the work on yourself. If it's trauma from the past, you did have that heartbreak. Get that therapy. You have to. Hey, I had some trouble. This is how you tell us. I had some trouble in my past relationships. I keep getting these men that seem to be cheating on me, or I'm not showing up correctly in the relationship. Even when I get a good guy, I run them away. Men, I'm having trouble. I have trouble expressing myself. I just don't feel happy. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with me. I want to work through some things. I lost my job before. I lost my mom. Or whatever, God forbid. I'm just using that as an example. Say what it is. Say what you need to say. And that way you can process this. Then you throw yourself back out there and say, with your chest up a little higher, and say, I'm back. I'm ready now. I did some work on myself. Men, if you think you want to get a woman, tell a healthy, beautiful woman, I lips try you all, that you did some work on yourself. That lady is going to want to marry you. Because that's what we want, a man that is able to express himself and did some work on himself. And we need to do it too. Some of us, we haven't done it. Excuse me, y'all. We haven't done the work either. It exists. It's real. I felt it before. I felt it. Love, baby. Love. Some good old love. Friends, smiling, kissing, intimacy, traveling, the whole 9 yards. Love. And it came later in life for me. It really did. I'm not saying I didn't love exes, but sometimes it was like lust or fantasy stuff. I'm not sure. But now that I'm more mature, I get it. I get it. I get it. What you all think about what I said? I hope I made some sense. Drop me comments. If you have questions about love, you can throw it in those comments and be like, Tammy, how would I handle this? Or what kind of advice can you give me for that? And the reason why I can kind of help you is because I am a licensed clinical social worker. I do help couples. I have studied this method called the Gottman method. And I do another workbook called Preparing Rich that helps couples with their communication, intimacy, finances, and this is my background. And plus, I'm seasoned. I'm a seasoned woman that has experienced some things. I talk to men, not men that I'm attached to in a romantic way, men that, like my uncle, my cousin, like people tell me stuff. So I got some inside scoops. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed for real, because I do have some clients. Not super early in the morning, but I just want to jump on here because I read those comments. Oh, let me end it with this one. Pop that balloon. I love Pop the Balloon. I get material from there. This guy, this lady, this contestant, she was from Illinois. I wonder how do we supposed to say my state name? Chicago, Illinois. I say Illinois. I don't know. Anyway, I need to look up the pronunciation. She said she was from Illinois. And he said, pop, And so, of course, Arlette said, why did you pop? He said, well, I know the toxicity that comes from up north. The whole state, brother. The whole state toxic. So everybody from Illinois, Wisconsin is toxic. I just feel like some people don't know what to say. They don't want love. They guard it. They negative. I mean, you can meet somebody from anywhere. The guy that I had the best experience with and love is from Haiti. And I was told, be careful with foreigners. Be careful. Yeah. We did look at my friend who been married over 20 some years to a guy straight from Jamaica. Happy, smiling, kids in college, smiling. What if she had to listen? You don't know where your love gonna come from. Illinois, Florida, Chicago, Mississippi, Barbados, Rihanna with A$AP Rocky from New York. You can't think like that. Do you want love or what? That's the bottom line. That's all I really was trying to say in this video. Do you want love or what? If you don't. But don't get on the internet and fuck it up for somebody else. That's the part that make me mad. Don't do that. If you don't want it, you don't want it. But now you got to brain on somebody else's parade, pee in their cereal. It's preposterous, but it's nothing but hurt. Because happy and great people, they smiling and enjoying life while you in the comments talking about them. You got to decide if you think you worthy. Maybe people think they're not worthy. That's why they doing all this. They hurt. It's got to be something bad because successful, confident, loving, good people, I'm not saying you bad, but people that are healthier, they just don't speak like that. And they have hope and they speak life into their life. And speaking life into your life is speaking life into your love life because your kids are watching you and you don't want to tell your babies, baby, ain't no love out here. Baby, mama been a fool. Daddy, I'm a fool. Son, ain't no good women. Don't do that. It's good out there. Don't let 2025 mess you up. Don't let the internet mess you up. And that's what's happening. Then you see somebody in love or happy. Now you picking it apart. Oh, it's got to be something. Everything's conspiracy theory. Oh, something's off. Something's wrong. Yeah, I'm out of here, you all. I'm out of here. Tammi Sharice Walker. Take care. Bye-bye.